Stop wasting money on the little things. Sometimes the road to financial freedom is about avoiding ongoing billing to make sure that your finances are as streamlined as possible. The truth is, those tiny, minor, little expenses, as they add up and build over time, can create a death by 1,000 cuts situation where each little bill adds up to a very big amount over a long period of time, and that money is being taken out of your pocket where you could otherwise do better and more successful things with it. Today we're going to go over the top 10 things to not waste money on. Let's jump into it. Number 1, optional insurance. People spend a significant amount of money on insurance, especially over the course of their lifetime. And most of it is actually necessary, and sometimes even legally required depending on the state and where you live. After all, we must carry car insurance, and homeowners insurance protects us from significant losses, so it's probably a good idea to have that as well. Health insurance, on the other hand, is absolutely critical for most people, and if there are others that rely on your income, maintaining life insurance is definitely going to be the right thing to do, especially with many of the strategies that we've gone over in this channel. Still, there are some forms of insurance that everybody should skip. Some of these actually cost pretty little when you think about the price, so it seems like a good idea, or at least not a bad idea. But those small amounts do add up, so skip these types of insurances so that you don't have death by 1,000 cuts. Loan insurance for credit card balances. These types of insurance promise to cover your payments if you become disabled or lose your job. However, the cost is typically outrageous and far outweighs the benefits in many cases. This can be as high as 2% of the monthly balance that you're carrying. So take the money that you would have devoted to insurance and save it instead. Another is car rental insurance. This one has 2 variants. First, if you have car insurance, you have the option to add coverage for a rental car in case yours needs to be repaired. The charge for this coverage can be around $50 or more per month, and the chances that you will use it are small. In addition, many repair places offer loaners or discounts on rentals. The other insurance related to rental cars is the optional coverage when you rent that rental car. In most cases, your personal insurance will actually cover you in any vehicle you drive, including that rental car. Yet, the rental car company will charge you a substantial fee for that additional insurance if you let them. They're happy to take your money, guys. Don't forget it. Number 2, extended warranties for most things. It's possible that an extended warranty might be valuable for your car, and if you drop a bundle on cutting-edge technology, then it might be worth the consideration, but say no for most other purchases that you're gonna make. In most cases, the salesperson gets to keep as much as 90% of what you pay for these policies. And guess why? That's because these sales are pure profit for the retailer. They are essentially an absolute high margin item for them. This caution applies for warranties for almost all your appliances, all your furniture, games, clothing, everyday purchases, etc. Even if the cost is minimal, it typically is wasteful. Number 3, unused memberships. Just like appliance insurance, the cost of some streaming services is insubstantial when you think about it as a one-time fee. It's as little as $5 or $10 per month. Frequently, consumers sign up for these using a free trial as well. If you don't deliberately cancel the service, the charge kicks in after the trial period. It is very easy to just overlook the small, tiny payment on your credit card or from your bank account. However, even if you have just a few unnecessary subscriptions, these can add up to actually a pretty substantial and a pretty noticeable amount of money over time. Even more significant are the expensive memberships you might have in your life. The most common example is going to be obviously a gym membership, but subscription boxes and many other online memberships are quickly catching up. USA Today reported last year that 67% of people with gym memberships never use them. And many rarely go, but continue paying the charge, hoping that they'll one day just change their fitness habits and start going every day. On the other hand, subscription boxes often claim that the price is less valuable than the total value of the items that you're receiving. Now, that might even be true, but that's only if you need and want every single item that is in that box. And if some things aren't right for you, then you have literally just wasted your money on something that you won't use or something that you wouldn't have bought otherwise. Like memberships and streaming services, these subscription boxes may have small individual costs, but they can add up significantly over time. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. Number 4 is impulse purchases. Buying something online or in person that you didn't plan to buy is likely going to be a mistake, guys. Whether the impulse purchase is something big like a car, or even something small like, let's say, some new shirts, it is likely that you don't need it if it's purchased on impulse, and especially if you didn't budget for it. A good rule for unplanned purchases is to think about them for 48 or more hours. After a couple days of thinking about it, you can really take in if you need that or if it was just something you wanted to buy in that moment. Number 5, shopping for groceries when you're hungry. This example sounds really trivial, but it's really just an extension of that buying on impulse. If you go to the supermarket or you're doing shopping on Instacart on your phone, you are more likely to buy more items that you would not normally have purchased because you are hungry. Everything sounds better, so of course you want to buy more. As a matter of fact, there are actually even studies on this proving this over and over. But here's the interesting part. Shopping while you're hungry for things other than food also is more likely to increase the number that you will spend in that purchase. So long story short, don't shop for anything while you're hungry. Go get a snack, go eat something healthy, and then go shopping for the things that you really need. Number 6 is buying food and drinks on the go. You can buy a case of water bottles for less than $4. But if you buy a bottled water at like a sporting event or a hotel, a concert, an amusement park, etc., it might cost $4 or even much more for just one bottle. The same is true for other drinks and snacks and pretty much every other food item that you would buy on the road. So, planning to bring a water with you, make some coffee at home and take it with you, and carrying healthy snacks with you throughout the day can save you actually a lot of money in the long run, and the reality is it's probably the healthier option as well. Number 7, bank fees. You probably know that overdrawing your checking account is one of the most expensive ways to borrow money, because that's really what you're doing when you overdraft your account. Depending on the financial institution and the frequency of these incidents that might happen in your life, these charges can reach $75 or more. Sometimes the bank will pay for the item that you didn't have enough money to cover, and then they'll charge you a convenience fee at the end of that. However, if the bank doesn't pay it, they will still charge you for exceeding your available balance. And then the merchant is most likely going to assess a fee on you as well for refused payment. In the same vein as this are the ridiculously high ATM fees that you'll incur on the road. Your bank most likely doesn't even charge you when you withdraw funds from your account, a different financial institution's ATM, or just one of those ATMs on the side of the road or in a convenience store. That charge, in this case, might be as high as $5 every time, and the ATM you use is also charging you in addition. Let's say you withdraw $100 from the ATM. You might spend 8 to 10% of that on just fees. If the withdrawal was $40, that same $10 fee could be 25%. If you're a frequent ATM user, this is actually one of the selling points for financial institutions with many locations. They're more likely to have many ATMs and many locations that you can pull money out for free without fees associated. Number 8, failing to comparison shop. Never assume that the prices are going to be the same somewhere as somewhere else. It's amazing how many people will pay 30 or 40% more per gallon on gas just by choosing the nearest gas station instead of spending 10 seconds where you could get it cheaper. Doing this, say, once a week adds up over time. And that also rings true for other items that you buy regularly. If you're doing the same types of purchases over and over, spend a couple minutes and find out where the cheapest place you can get the same item is, and then just go there moving forward. That consistent savings adds up and really doesn't take much of your time at all. Number 9, buying brand name everything. The truth is, in most cases, the store brand of a product is made by one of the major national manufacturers that you would have spent much more buying their name brand. Meaning it's the same thing buying the store brand as the name brand, but just one is cheaper. That's very common. For example, Costco is a master at selling really high quality items under their store brand name for less than half the price charged by the manufacturer. And similarly, using a coupon for the brand name version may seem like a deal, but often even with the discount, it's much more expensive than the store brand or knockoff brand price. Now, while for most things I really could care less if it's a store brand or if it's a nice brand for things like t-shirts, as long as it fits well and it's really nice, I'm gonna be happy. There's one exception, and this is actually just comes from the heart, is just buy the nice toilet paper. Do it for you, do it for your guests, do it for your family. Buy the nice toilet paper. Spend the extra few bucks. Number 10 is not checking for easy and obvious discounts on the items that you're buying. There are obvious and easy discounts all over the place if you just ask. Things like AAA discounts, things like seniors or students or active or retired military service. There are tons and tons of different opportunities to save that you actually really don't have to do anything other than ask. And while some of these savings might be as little as, say, 10%, other times it's much more, and really the only cost to you is opening your mouth and just saying, hey, do you have any discounts for, etc., etc. Additionally, many places will often have different promotions that they're running, so spending 30 seconds and just seeing if there's a promotion or asking the person you're on the phone with is probably a good investment to see if there's an opportunity to save a few bucks for very little time. So the moral of the story, all of these things add up to a massive drain on your finances if you don't take advantage of them. And taking advantage of the things that you can be strategic with, you can significantly improve your monthly budget. I know I say this in almost every single video, but remember, your goal is to manage your expenses and manage your budget so that you can invest as much as possible every single month. Right now, I'm gonna put up a video next to me on the topic of a simple and strategic budgeting strategy that can help you maximize or even start budgeting for investing so that you can achieve your financial goals as soon as physically possible. Click on the link next to me now to learn more about how to easily budget stress-free every single month. Mismanaging your money is the #1 negative long-term effect on all aspects of your entire life. Breaking the money mismanagement cycle with an amazing tool that we like to call the 50-30-20 rule.